Good evening, gang. Your boy Avatar John back behind the wheel, and tonight is straight fire. Powell hit the stage. Bitcoin's flexing. Microsoft's jumping into the image game. Slack's going full cyborg, and that's just the warm-up. Down in the trench, Triple X has been cooking. He's got new money picks straight out of the chaos. Set up so hot, they might melt your MetaMask. You know the rule. We're all here to get paid. But let's be real. None of this is financial advice. You'll probably lose your money. Now that we got the legal out of the way, smash that like, hit that follow, and share it with your fellow degens. Because the garage lights are on, the engines are warm, and tonight, we let it rip. All right, let's drop this bad boy into first gear and hit the big headline. Jerome Powell, the man, the myth, the market mood swing, took the stage in Philly, dropping his sermon called Understanding the Fed's Balance Sheet. Translation, Wall Street group therapy with free coffee. He steps up, loosens the tie, and basically says, yeah, the economy's solid, but the job market's looking tired. QT's almost done, and rate cuts are sitting on the dessert menu. That one line had traders jump in like they just saw their ex walk in with lottery winnings. Stocks twitched, bonds shivered, Bitcoin smirked. The whole room whispering, is the money faucet coming back on? But let's keep it real. Powell doesn't hand out miracles. He tosses breadcrumbs. When he says QT may be nearing its end, what he really means is, I might start draining the punch bowl, but don't you dare drink too fast. He pauses mid-speech, social media lights up, and every algo on Earth leans forward like, did he just blink twice for stimulus? So yeah, the Fed's playing it cool, but the brakes are squealing. Liquidity's creeping back, credit's humming, and the market starts flexing. But here's the kicker. The fuse was already lit before Powell even said hello. Pre-market looked like a crime scene. Futures red, crypto soft, traders grumpy. Asia came in weak, China muttering about tariffs, and everyone blaming everybody. Then Powell talks, markets rip higher for a heartbeat, dollar slips, gold grins, Bitcoin throws on its cape, and just when you think we're cruising, bang, China claps back. Beijing drops a statement calling the new US tariffs unfair and promises to respond. Instant rug pull, equities dump, oil cracks, volatility spikes, and traders spill their coffees in unison. It was like Powell lit the match and China showed up with a can of gas. And then the headline parade hits full throttle. Larry Fink at BlackRock preaches the gospel of tokenization. MetaMask teams with Polymarket. Stripe rolls out stablecoin payments. The US government seizes billions in Bitcoin from a scam operation. And Trump, he jumps on the mic calling BRICS an attack on the US dollar. Now we've got geopolitics, regulation, and crypto drama, all fighting for top billing. The market spins. Then out of nowhere, whispers of a Trump-Xi sit-down start floating through the wire. Instant flit. Red turns to green, algo starts singing, and traders go from despair to euphoria faster than a meme pump. So yeah, gang, that's how the day went down. Powell whispers hope, China barks back, Trump teases peace, and Bitcoin just laughs through the chaos. One morning, 3 plot twists, 0 chill. Welcome to 2025. Every headline's a landmine, and the garage, we dance across them in steel-toed boots. Next up, the tech giants are revving their engines. Microsoft's crashing into the AI image gen fight, and Slack just turned half your office into robots. Let's get it. While the suits were fighting over tariffs and yields, Microsoft was quietly loading a new weapon, their AI image model, May I Image 1. It's the company's first big swing at photorealistic image generation, and it's already ranked top 10 globally. Translation, they didn't just join the race, they cut the line. The model's built to move fast and stay clean. No weird extra fingers, no nightmare faces, just crisp, real-world visuals. It's like Midjourney and DALL-E had a baby that actually shows up on time. They built it with real artists so it nails human intent, and yeah, it's got the ethical training wheels built in so nobody gets canceled before lunch. But the power move? Integration. They're hardwiring this model straight into Designer and Copilot Studio. So the same AI that writes your emails can now build your ad campaign before your espresso cools. That's not just innovation, that's vertical control. If they own the creative tools, they own the pipeline, and that means they own the next ad dollar before it's even printed. So don't get it twisted, this isn't Microsoft showing off. It's Microsoft quietly buying the whole art department. They're not watching AI happen, they're making sure it happens inside their walls. Bottom line, this is how big tech locks the gate. May I Image 1 isn't just another model, it's the first brick in Microsoft's walled garden of creativity. And every other AI startup just felt the temperature drop. All right, Garage Gang, that's big tech's first swing. Up next, we're taking it to the office because Slack just grew a brain and your 9 to 5 will never be the same. All right, gang, let's keep the pedal down because if Microsoft's building the tools, Slack just built the brain to run them. And just in case you don't know what Slack is, it's that work chat app your boss swears is more productive than email. But we all know it's just where memes, deadlines, and passive-aggressive comments go to die. Think of it as the digital water cooler for the corporate jungle. Half the world's offices run on it, even if nobody wants to admit it. Now, here's the move. Slack just went full cyborg. They dropped a whole suite of AI upgrades that basically turns your chat app into your personal assistant, intern, and therapist all rolled into one. The new Slack bot doesn't just tell you the weather anymore. It can draft project plans, summarize those 10-mile-long threads, and even pull info straight from your Google Drive, Salesforce, and OneDrive without you ever leaving the chat window. They even baked in a built-in ChatGPT app, so your workspace can brainstorm, write, and execute without you lifting a finger. So yeah, while you're still typing out, "Hey team, quick question," Slack's AI is already 5 steps ahead, writing your report, pulling data, and probably asking for your vacation days back. Right now, it's in beta for 70,000 users, but early testers say it's a productivity monster. AI summarizing long threads, flagging key decisions, and basically eliminating context-switching fatigue. Corporate speak for, you don't have to click 10 tabs to find that one thing Karen said last Tuesday. And here's the kicker. It's not just Slack's own AI. Anthropic, OpenAI, and Perplexity can now build custom AI assistants that live right inside Slack. So your company can have its own private agent, trained on your data, speaking your lingo, and judging your spelling in real time. That's where this gets wild. We're not talking about a chatbot anymore. We're talking about autonomous coworkers. Slack went from digital post-it notes to Skynet with emojis. And look, love it or hate it, this is the future of work. No more, "Who's got the file?" No more, "Can you send the link?" Now it's, "Hey Slack, finish the report, book the meeting, and order me a sandwich." Bottom line, Slack's not playing around. They saw Microsoft load up Copilot, and they said, "Cool story, bro. Watch this." This isn't about chat. It's about owning workflow. And whoever controls the workflow controls the paycheck. So yeah, gang, if you thought the AI race was about who can write poems, you're missing it. This is about who can own your workday from sunrise to clock out. Slack's in it deep, and the robots are already typing. All right, gang, before we swing back to the tape, let's talk about something that hit closer to the culture than the charts. Governor Gavin Newsom just inked SB 243, the first U.S. law putting real guardrails on AI companion chatbots. California just told the digital best friends forever crowd, "You want to talk to kids? You better have seatbelts." The rule book says any company building chatbots that deal with minors or vulnerable users has to add safety protocols, age checks, and clear warnings. If a bot crosses the line or encourages something reckless, the company takes the hit, not the code. Why it happened? A couple of awful stories. Kids and lonely users taking bad advice from their AI buddies. That hit lawmakers right in the optics. So now, the Wild West of chatbots just got its first sheriff. And make no mistake, this is the first domino. Once California moves, every state from New York to Nevada starts copying the playbook. That means slower launches, bigger compliance bills, and a lot of lawyers suddenly discovering ethics. But here's the real talk. This isn't just about chatbots. This is the opening shot in the AI accountability era. Today, it's digital companions. Tomorrow, it's AI trading tools, financial advisors, voice assistants, the whole crew. The frontier's getting fences. We get why. People need protection. But you know how we run it here in the garage. We're 100% about innovation. We don't love the guardrails, but we keep moving forward because progress doesn't wait for permission. It just finds the next open road. Now, let's fire it back up and see who's still building while everyone else is filling out forms. All right, gang, let's pull back from the charts for a minute and talk about the real engine under all this digital noise. Everybody's jawing about AI, Bitcoin, and cloud power, but nobody's talking about the parts of the earth that actually make it all possible. I'm talking minerals, the stuff you can't print, code, or conjure out of thin air. Copper, uranium, nickel, lithium, they're the bloodstream of modern tech. No copper, no wires. No uranium, no baseload. No nickel, no batteries. No lithium, no electric anything. These aren't optional, they're mandatory. And then there's the quiet kingpin nobody likes to mention because it doesn't sound sexy on Twitter. Natural magnets. Yeah, I said it. That rare earth cocktail, neodymium, dysprosium, terbium, the metals that make the magnets, that make the motors, that make your future move. Every EV motor, every data center cooling fan, every robotic arm, every wind turbine steering pump, they all live or die by magnets. You can't replace them with good vibes or green slogans. That's the hidden boss fight in this whole energy story. While everybody's debating chips and rate cuts, The real choke point is sitting underground waiting to be mined. You can redesign grids, print more dollars, swap CEOs, but without magnets, nothing spins. And just for fun, let me close that loop for you. Because I know somebody out there's thinking, wait, who actually runs the magnet game? Oh yeah, don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. It's China. They process about 90% of the world's supply. They've got the refining, the logistics, and the export levers in one hand, and they know it. So while Western politicians keep yelling energy independence, Beijing's out there quietly buying the deed to the mountain. That's not a headline, that's strategy. AI chips grab the spotlight, but magnetic materials hold the planet by the motor shaft. The next shortage won't start on a trading screen, it'll start in a mine somewhere east of here. So remember, gang, when you hear the word scarcity, think about who owns the magnets. Because the folks holding that metal, they don't just make things move. They decide who gets to move at all. Now, let's get back to the markets and see who's actually pricing that reality in and who's still napping at the wheel. All right, Garage Gang, here we go. The money section. This is what you showed up for. The charts are glowing, the air's heavy with caffeine and bad decisions. And deep inside Circus Circus, our boy Triple X is sitting in the corner booth where the carpet sticks to your shoes and the waitress calls you honey like she's been doing it since the Reagan years. The room hums, roulette wheels spin, slot machines gasp for attention, but none of that matters. Because right here, right now, this table's hotter than the strip outside. Triple X slides his duffel open like a gunslinger. Laptop out, screens flicker alive. GMGN on one monitor, Axiom on the second, BullX on the third. The casino's got dice, he's got data. It's all the same game, just different odds. He cracks his knuckles, smirks, and says, all right, time to see if we can turn pixels into profit. The first card out of the deck tonight, Zerebro. And let me tell you, this one's not your run-of-the-mill trench token. This thing's half AI, half artist. A digital Frankenstein that doesn't just trade, it creates. It literally makes music, beats, lyrics, melodies, like an algorithmic producer locked in a studio on a Red Bull bender. It used to be a star. Back in its prime, this thing screamed up to 80 cents a token before Gravity remembered it existed. Now, it's sitting at 4 cents, quiet, embarrassed, like a washed-up rock star tuning a guitar in a dive bar. And that's exactly where Triple X likes to find him. Humble, forgotten, and ready to prove a point. He eyes the chart, long base, clean volume. Looks like a heartbeat, he says, then drops a chip on the field. The digital dice roll, tumble, clatter, boom, a 4. He's up. He peels one chip off the table, pockets it, and lets the rest ride. He's not greedy. He's methodical. Quarter size, quarter add, quarter on confirmation. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, he's out faster than a tourist with a bad hand. The toolkit lights up. GMGN flashes green, new wallets entering. Axiom shows clusters doubling down, same wallets that hit the last AI run. BullX says sellers are gasping for air. Deck screener, liquidity locked, verified contract. Game on. Triple X leads back and grins. This ain't investing, he says. This is entertainment. 100% gamble, 0% financial advice. You want a safe play? We'll talk about that after the show. Right now, we're just here for the ride. And that's the beauty of it. It's Vegas with better lighting and no hangover fee. One chip, one roll, one AI token that might just sing its way back to glory. The dice are still warm, the beats are still bumping, and the trench, it's alive tonight. Welcome to the money section, where risk meets rhythm, and every click sounds like a coin toss. Let's see if this robot Mozart can pay for dinner. All right, gang, now it's time for a little garage education. You've heard me say it before. The charts don't lie, but they do speak a different language. So we called in the best translator in the game, Lulu, our chart whisperer, world-class trader, competition winner, and the only pig in the business with a better win rate than half of crypto Twitter. Let's break this down like she would. Simple, visual, and straight to the point. Bitcoin, BTC USD, right now, the big dog's boxed in. Call it resistance around 114K to 115K, and support down near 111K. That ceiling up top, that's where the sellers live. Every time we push into that zone, the RSI cools off and profit takers hit the button. That floor at 111K, that's where the buyers keep showing up with duct tape and hope. If we break above 115K and hold it on a 1-hour close, next stops the air pocket at 118K to 120K. That's your moonshot window. Lose 111K and it gets slippery. We're testing 109K, maybe 107K if things get dramatic. Look at the moving averages. The 50 EMAs curling up under price, that's short-term fuel. The 200 EMAs flat, still in wait and see mode. What Lulu's watching for is simple, a reclaim of 115K with volume, a calm retest, and a higher low. That's the textbook entry. Stops live just under structure, around 111K. No hero stops, no wishful thinking. Solana, SOL USD. Sol's got that fighter pilot rhythm right now. Up, stall, refuel, climb. We've got resistance parked around 208 to 210 and support down near 198 to 200. Break and hold above 210 and you're looking at a sprint to 216 to 220, maybe a stretch to 225. Lose 200 and the slide opens to 195, then 190, where the next real bids sit. Check the EMAs. Short-term ribbons are tangled around 202, the tug-of-war zone. The 50s trying to cross up through the 100. If that completes, balls get the green light. For entries, Lulu's looking for a reclaim of 205 to 206, a pullback that holds the rising 50, then a push through 210. Stops under 198, clean, mechanical. Cardano ADA USD is the quiet cousin at the cookout. Chill, steady, waiting for its moment. Right now, price is boxed between 69 cents support and 72 cents resistance. Break 72 cents and hold, that's your mini moonshot. 75 cents, maybe 78 cents next. Lose 69 cents and we're sliding to 66 cents, maybe 63 cents if Bitcoin hiccups. The 50 EMAs curling up. The 200 sitting heavy overhead. It's a breakout waiting for permission. Watch for volume, no juice, no move. Entry above 72 cents with confirmation, stop under 69 cents. Simple. Structure first, ego never. And here's the golden line from Lulu herself. We don't guess, we react. Structure tells the story, we just read it. Support is where you plan. Resistance is where you profit. Breaks give you direction. Retests give you entries. And every trade, every single one, comes with a stop. That's the garage way. No hopium, no lottery tickets. Just disciplined reads and repeatable edges. Now, before we wrap this thing up, let's make it crystal clear. None of this is financial advice. It's education and entertainment. Our head of technical analysis, Lulu, runs the charts. And yeah, she's a pig. 4 hooves, a tail, and a snoot for setups that's more accurate than half the self-proclaimed gurus online. She always says, sometimes no trade is a trade. It only takes one to make your daily goal. And never forget, the market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. You rush, you bleed. You wait, you win. We're 100% about innovation here in the garage. We don't love the guardrails, but we keep moving forward. Hey, make sure you check out the website, gurucryptogarage.guru. It's free. Drop a comment, tell us what you think, and keep the conversation rolling. Until next time, Garage Gang, stay sharp, stay patient, and as always,